Peace and blessings, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for joining us for our final, I can't believe it, series of Google Hangouts. And we have been enjoying this space with you online and sharing the information and the rituals and the fellowship. It's been simply amazing. And it's been so foundational in preparing all of you for next weekend. Woo! Can you believe it? The Transform Your Womb Healing Retreat is going down in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. So for those of you who have not registered, don't play. Let me tell you, there is power in your yes. There is power in your yes. And sometimes the only thing that is left for the manifestation, not the talk about it, not the thinking about it, but the full manifestation of your healing is a yes. Get in the room. I cannot tell you enough how powerful everything about this retreat, from the venue, the location, the food, the activities, every single aspect of this retreat is designed to support the full manifestation of your shift. And even if you don't have severe health issues, let's be clear that this is the year for a shift. If it's in your finances, come get it. Come receive it. If it's in your health, come get it. If it's in your way of thinking, your body image, whatever it is that needs to be released, get in this healing portal that's been created. We did something special for the ladies. I kept getting requests from women who said, Tama, I want to come, but I know I can't stay all 3 days. So I said, okay, I talked to Taliba. I said, sis, this is what I'm hearing. So what do you think we can do? We had the audacity to add more space to accommodate the sisters who maybe can only come Friday or Saturday. And so you can actually now register for a 1-day pass. Many of the women have already completed their registration for the full weekend. So we're going to be packed. The facility is pretty much at capacity. But for those of you who still want to get in the room and you can't come, you won't be able to stay. You can eat some food, but you got to go home, okay? You're more than welcome to join us and secure your 1-day pass, or even a 2-day pass if you want to come in and out and come back and forth. We will accommodate you. So there's only 5 spots for that. We can only put so many people in the building before it's a safety code. If we could do hundreds in the same room, we will. But, we'll get a stadium one day. We're almost there. But, for our first year of doing this, we are just so ecstatic that so many of you have resonated with our movement and that you responded with a resounding yes to the call of action to transform. I just want to go over the itinerary really quickly for those of you who have registered and you've been connected to our Hangouts. Just to give a rundown, and for those of you who are like, well, what's going to be going down at this event? Friday is our check-in day in the evening. Everybody will be coming in. We got people coming in from out of town, people from the local area. We're going to settle in. We're going to do our introductions. We're going to open up the event, set the intention for the whole weekend, and then we're going to eat. Amen. Who loves to eat? So we're gonna break bread together. Well, probably not bread. It'd probably be more like kale salad. But we're gonna eat good together, and then we will have a sister circle of empowerment that evening. We're gonna use some of that nighttime goddess energy. And then we're gonna have some sacred market time where literally you can just kind of kick back, relax, settle in, and enjoy with each other. So that's Friday night. You may be thinking about a 1-day pass for Friday. Come after work. Get off from work. Say, you know what? I can't stay the whole weekend, but I want to come Friday. I want to feast. I want to connect with the sisters. I want to be a part of that sister circle. Okay? So you have that option. Now, Saturday is the full day. So if you get a Saturday 1-day pass, that's going to also include the servicing. So you'll be able, so that pass costs more because that day we're going to have activities and the servicing, the womb pulsing, as well as the womb sauna vaginal steams. We won't start doing the steams until the evening, but that morning we'll have a light breakfast. We'll do some sacred movement, and we'll do some creativity exercises. We'll do some forgiveness ritualing and releasing. Going to be powerful. Then we're going to do the womb pulsing. Then we'll break, prepare for dinner, have another feast because we got to eat. And then we'll go ahead and go into the womb sauna servicing, which is going to be powerful. So that's Saturday. So for those of you who've been asking for the one-day pass options, that's the difference between the two. The Saturday one-day pass does cost more because it includes the servicing. All right. So for those of you who are like, okay, Tama, y'all have said enough. How do I sign up? You go to this link, bit.ly. It's a bit.ly link, bit.ly/heal your womb. bit.ly/heal your womb. It's going to be extraordinary. I would not be surprised if the city shakes. It's going to be phenomenal. So again, we only have a few spots left. Go ahead and secure your spot. If you have additional questions, reach out to Taliba or myself. Again, you're listening to the Reverend High Priestess Tama Aziz Sirwa, founder of the Womb Sauna. I'll go ahead and introduce myself and let Taliba introduce herself, and we'll start our conversation tonight about vaginal steaming and womb pulsing because, honey, these two sacred arts are life-changing, not just only for your health, but your whole life. So my background is interesting. I left corporate America in 2011 because I had sat on somebody's pot in a Korean spa and it changed my life. And so 2009 was actually my introduction to the art of vaginal steaming. And it moved me so deeply and became such a critical component of my womb healing journey that it birthed the womb saunas method of expressing vaginal steaming and this whole movement. And so 2011, I made the shift by faith. I ain't had no money and I didn't have a solid blueprint, but I had a clear vision that I had to get this healing art to women. And that was enough, and Spirit took care of the rest. And so here I am in 2015, amazed that I've been able to educate and introduce so many women to this. Excuse me, it's been a sneezing day for me. And so I've been able to introduce so many women to this. And the feedback that I get is not only do they experience the health benefits, but it's changed their lives. So women get in the womb sauna, they cry, we sing, we chant, we pray, we do deep breathing activities. It's amazing. And I'm also passionate just about connecting with women. So in addition to vaginal steaming, I train and certify women in offering this service through the Womb Sauna University. And I also do coaching. I offer interfaith intuitive healing services. So what started as one small thing has become a beautiful empire of helping women shift and transform, no pun intended about the retreat, hint, hint, transform their lives in a holistic way. All right, so that's my background. Taliba, go ahead and share with the people a little bit about yourself.
Well, before I get started, I just want to light our candles for our ancestors.
Yes.
Invite them on in, because can't do nothing without them. I am Taliba Ndidi, a natural health educator. I am a certified sexual sacred awakening facilitator, and I'm an herbalist. So I've been doing healing arts for over 25 plus years. I specialize in the female reproductive area, helping a lot of women conceive who wants to clean out their reproductive system to bring life into this planet. And I also help with a lot of reproductive disorders. So a lot of my work is geared towards getting women to understand the power of their womb and understanding that it's the center of the womb of your life. So my work is extensively into the female reproductive area on all levels, spiritual as well as physical. And my journey has been going on, like I say, for 25 plus years. I've helped, I can't keep count of how many women I've helped bringing forth balance into their life. So I'm just excited to be able to continue to help women be who they came here to be, which is their true authentic self. And I am a firm believer in doing the work. Like back in the day, we used to all go to a lot of, workshops and like, try to, get some type of new knowledge and whatnot. But a lot of the workshops, we didn't have nothing to take home other than a pamphlet. But I decided that when I start doing workshops, you're going to leave with something. You're going to leave with something on the day that you come. So it's about doing the work. It's not about sitting down listening to me talk or Tamar talk. You're going to be working. In this retreat, you're going to be transforming. So it's all about learning and applying all these tools to our lives so that we can have the life that we need to live, which is in balance and harmony with nature. So that's what I do, and I'm so excited that we have this retreat coming up. I don't know, Tamar, you want to start off with the veggie steaming to kind of
let's dive right into it. And right before I do, for those of you who want to learn more about our companies, because we also have products and other great things, educational materials, my website is www.thewombsauna.com. And Taliba's website is www.divinewombs with an S for FOR life.com. And we'll put that in the group chat box for you to see as well. All right, let's dive right into this juicy conversation. So the art of vaginal steaming, although it seems like a new trend or awakening, if you will, in the Western world, it's ancient. Every single indigenous culture has a representation of vaginal steaming. In Africa, women would dig holes in the dirt and use it ceremonially as a rite of passage for young girls entering into puberty. It was also used in indigenous cultures as a rite of passage for women who were getting ready to get married, and the elders of the tribes would educate her on how to please her husband and fragrance her womb. I have women in other parts of the world, in the Caribbean and Africa, who say, yeah, my grandmother sits on the pot every day and has no health concerns. So the art of vaginal steaming is centuries and centuries and centuries old. This is not new information. This is not a new practice. Now, what's exciting about 2015 is this powerful movement around it. This industry, if you will, or this community of people who are excited about vaginal steaming, we are taking our ancestors' wisdom and we are modernizing it in different ways. We are bringing it back to the Western world that has been so stringent in terms of defining what's true medicine and what's not. But what's happening is, because we're in a capitalistic culture, what the women want is what the women get. So as more and more women begin to be introduced to this art form in different ways, there's Korean expressions, African, Caribbean, and now we're at the time where you have people like myself. There's the womb sauna expression of it. There's other expressions of it, and all these creative names being birthed. It's exciting. It's exciting. I remember when I first started this work and would Google vaginal steaming, you couldn't find anything on the internet about it. I was like, okay, I got to figure out how to market this, but now you Google it, tons and tons and tons of pages. It's been on reality TV. It's been on, celebrities have talked about it, Gwyneth Paltrow and all of that. Here's what's important, ladies, when you want to introduce yourself to this. I do not teach, and I cannot vouch for anybody's method. I don't say that anybody else's method is not valid, because I don't know. I'm only the expert in the womb sauna's method of vaginal steaming. I am the type of woman who values data. So when I started this work, I said, I got to start tracking how this is impacting. If there's no tangible, measurable impact, I'm not on purpose. And what I discovered is, with our method of vaginal steaming, incorporating that sacred component, servicing women one-on-one, where you cannot hide. When you get on my pot, honey, you unveil. You cannot hide. Doing it that way and putting together the formulation of not only herbs, but in our method, we incorporate gemstones, essential oils, and flower essences. We take all four of those earth-based tools and combine them into one experience for you. And then we have the audacity to add in deep breathing and movement and all that other stuff as well. We combine all of that, and it literally has produced over 25 health benefits in one treatment. So I have a lot of women who come and they sit on this chair that's open at the bottom, and it's similar to a toilet seat. And this chair holds you. You're covered from the neck to the ground with these capes. We use a 3-cape system with the womb sauna. And so we have these custom capes that we get made for you. And you're covered from neck all the way down. And you're naked. You have to unveil. You're undressed. And you get a full body sweat. And as your body is sweating and opening up the pores, you're able to drink in that herbal steam, and it stays in your system for up to 2 to 3 days. So you're able to continue to detox. So hydration is important before the treatment as well as after, so you can avoid heat exhaustion, and so that you can also avoid a healing crisis afterwards, because those toxins are going to break up. Your body knows what to do with Earth's medicine. So all this other crap that your body gets confused with and starts creating all these different side effects. All right, so this helps with everything related to reproductive health, but we also discovered there's other health benefits, as simple as a cardio benefit. What woman doesn't want to sit there and just sweat for an hour and know that she's working her heart? I mean, that's the greatest workout, to just sit there. It beats the treadmill, you know. So it has that benefit. It has a energy-based healing benefit. It helps with chakra balancing and aligning that. It helps you learn how to speak your truth, because you have to tell your womb story in your first session and be coached through that. So the womb sauna's expression of it has been powerful. For those of you who want to hear from my clients, we've done a very extensive job of capturing from them themselves. They will tell you what their experience was like. And when you go to our website and see the testimonial page, you can read it for yourself. I literally have women who've only come to me one time, and that one session was so potent, they never needed to come again. And they were so moved by that. And so your womb is a cosmic portal. It is your sacred seat of creative power. You start doing womb healing work, you are doing life transformational work, and everything begins to move. Everything. And so combining that with the sacred art of vaginal steaming, it just amplifies it, it opens you up, and it allows you to release. All right, so I can't wait to hear your questions and pick my brain and ask away on this Hangout. Use the chat box, use the Q&A feature on the Hangout, because I want to make sure you really understand how this can impact you. So Taliba, you want to go ahead and chime in about the womb pulsing as well?
Yes, but the vaginal steaming, it is more or less of that direct contact of bringing that essence of the herbs into the womb and just, you know, releasing all that stuff. The opposite of that, which does the exact same things that the vaginal steaming does. Womb pulsing it's an ancient technique. It was formulated by the Tibetan monks that, you know, when they would do healing with people all day, they couldn't go to sleep with all this energy on them. So they would womb pulse before going to bed to release all the energy that was, you know, come to them when they was healing other people. So it's an ancient technique to remove bioelectrical blockages within the womb. You know, all connected with our spine. You know, all our nerve endings is to the spine. But what women really need to understand is that the womb, that's the center of our life. Everything is connected to the womb. The nervous system. When we walk into a room, you know, we think that our eyes is the first thing that's seeing everything and feeling everything, but really and truly it's our clitoris. And our clitoris is sensing everything and sending it up our spine, up to our pineal, and then we get it into our eyes so we can see what's going on. So womb pulsing is where it literally is this is how it is. There's two people. One person is on the bottom and the other person is on top, and you're sitting on that person's abdomen area. And it's done to the rhythm, which is music, and you're bouncing up and down to the rhythm. And while you're bouncing, you are moving energy that has been stored since the time you was in your mother's womb. So I take you through 4 stages where it's you're in your mother's womb as a toddler, a teenager, and adulthood. So as we go through life, we are encountering all type of things that can leave energy imprints on our bodies, and particularly into the womb, as for women. So as we're growing up, it doesn't matter if you fall as a toddler and you hit yourself and hurt yourself. That imprint is within your womb. And if you didn't have the type of parent that would nurture you and explain to you what exactly just happened to you and nurtured that to heal you, then it's still there. So what womb pulsing does, it literally, while the person is bouncing, you go into a whole nother dimension. So it's important that the person on top is really taking care and watching and guiding you, because you go into another dimension, because it's all spiritual work. It's deep spiritual work. So it's important that the person on top is guiding you, making sure that you are not harming yourself, because you can shake, you can do whatever, but energy is going to be released and you're going to be moving. So the thing of womb pulsing is to release all these, energy imprints that has been with us for all these years, like trauma. A lot of us have trauma in our childhood. I used to climb our house. My mama looking for me. I'm on the roof looking down at everybody. I could have fallen, but as kids, we are very adventurous. So we can have any type of mishap, and that shock can stay imprinted into your womb. Molestation, rape, all these things that affect us on an energy level, it is suppressed and held in the womb. So what womb pulsing does is it go in and it literally moves that energy so they can bring it up to surface. You can kind of, observe it and feel it, and then you release it and let it go. Same thing as with, all our past lovers, their energy. When we are intimate with someone, that energy stays with us for 7 years. We don't think so, but it does, 7 years. But just think about what is happening when you are intimate with someone. You're exchanging energies. Your energy goes with that person, and that person's energy comes with you. And as women, we are absorbers. We receive. Men, they're penetrators. So right off the bat, we're getting downloaded with all of their energy first and foremost, and then our energy is going into them. So we have to be, aware that when the two energies get together, they're creating another energy, which is the two, you and the other person. You're creating a whole nother energy that is going to be sent off into the universe, into the ethers. So that energy stays with you for seven years. But now we have this technique. We can release that energy quicker, with the work of, breath work, because it's all done with breath work, and intentionally going through these phases from birth up into, where you are now. We release those things that are buried deep, deep, deep within the womb. And, some of the benefits of doing womb pulses is that it's going to release whatever trapped energy is within the womb. Emotional trauma is definitely going to help you, deal with stuff. You might not remember certain things that happened to you as a child, or, some things could be so traumatic to where you want to forget it and we bury it. But it's going to help you remember things that you may have buried and really ashamed of and embarrassed and don't really want to talk about. It brings all that up. Like I said, past sexual relations, that's going to come up. And it really helps clear our ancestral baggage. That stuff that we've been carrying from our ancestors, and we don't have a clue that energetically, bioenergetically is attached to us, and we're carrying it around. Like I know, for instance, I seen it with myself, with my mother. I was living a pattern of how she used to live her life. I was attracting that same type of man who my dad was. And, sometimes we might want to remove those patterns, change the frequency that we're carrying, because a lot of times it might not be for the best. for us. I know it wasn't for me because I was attracting the wrong type of guy until I realized, oh, wait a minute here, I'm living a pattern. This is what my mom wanted. So I have to get rid of my mother's energy, remove that pattern that she put into me from birth, being in her womb. So now I have to release that and create my own pattern, create who I am, and step into myself and be my true authentic self. So, how I really was introduced into womb pulsing was I met a sweet spirit named Anaya Sophia, and she's from France, and she came to the States, and I had the pleasure of meeting her, but she had the first stages of ovarian cancer, and she started doing womb pulsing daily. She did it every day, of course, with other modalities of spiritual work, of helping her release the energies that she had trapped emotionally within her body, a lot of breath work. But doing the womb pulsing day, it cured the cervical cancer, like literally got rid of it. So that's her story, and she's been preaching it and actually teaching it. And I had the pleasure of meeting her and really, learning hands-on with her how this womb pulsing can really change our lives. Because I remember the first time I did it, my ovaries were on fire. Like literally, I couldn't sleep that night. And even when I did like glimpse off and go into a little, meditation, I had like some vivid visions of the Kundalini energy just rising up my spine. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? Because I didn't know what to do because it was my first time. So I'm like calling Anaya, what am I supposed to do? I can't sleep. I got all this energy, my ovaries are on fire. And then, she explained to me to just take a salt bath and sea salt, and just sit in the water and allow my spirit to, calm down with the water. But what it did for me is it really opened up all the blockages that I had within myself, all the fear that I had of thinking that I wasn't able to do certain things in life. It literally wiped all that out in just one session. And then from that point on, I started doing womb pulsing daily. So it was like I was on another dimension for forever. But what it did is it really changed my life to help me understand that spiritual aspect of the things that are attached to our wombs, because we don't see a lot of things. And I know here in this society in America, if we don't see something, we don't believe it. But truthfully, there is an unseen world that if we are not tuning in to ourselves, then we are really going to be held hostage. We're going to be held hostage in our own ignorance, and it's important for us to understand our power. And in order for us to understand the power that resides within the womb, we're going to have to clear up the things that are stagnant. We're going to have to, it's like peeling an onion, just peeling it, piece by piece, and moving back those layers and layers of fear, layers and layers of trauma, layers and layers of unworthiness, and really step into our true authentic self. So womb pulsing is definitely going to take you into another dimension ASAP. It's not like you're going to do womb pulsing one session and then, oh, I didn't feel nothing. Oh, you're going to feel something. You're going to move the things that are blocking you from being who you truly are. And that's what this is all about. It's really about transforming so that you can be your true authentic self, because it's really us who are holding ourselves back. And a lot of us don't really know. We can't see that it's us. We are the ones who create everything that happens to us. We don't believe, some of us don't believe that to be true. And since we are the creators of our life, why not create the life that you want, And I truly believe that, like this one saying I heard is like, we don't really need to have a reader to tell us what our future is, because we can create our future. So if you can create your future, you don't need nobody to do a reading on you. You creating your life, so you know what your future is going to be like. And that's the beauty of this time that we're in right now. It's like it's a whole nother dimension. Like I was sitting out on my deck the other day and I was meditating because all the leaves on the bottom part of this tree just fell off the tree, and I'm like, that's odd. Why did that happen? So me, I want to know everything. So I go into meditation, and while I'm in meditation, this bee just comes. It's like one of those wood bees. I don't know what they call them. It's those big bumblebees. And it just came and it just hovered right in front of me, and it was like zzz, zzz, zzz. And I'm like, okay, I'm already meditating, doing Om, and I'm like going deep into the meditation. But I was like, what are you saying to me, bee? What's going on? But the bee literally translated that we are in a whole nother paradigm now. And this change that we're going is really about us. It's about us realizing that we are making this change happen. It's us. We need to understand that we make the change. This energetic field that's going on is going on because of us. So it's important that we tune in and then we align ourselves to what nature has to say to us, because we creating it all. So in order for us to create that wonderful, beautiful life that we want and should be living, we're going to have to release that old paradigm stuff. All that stuff from the old days don't work anymore. It just doesn't. You can try, but it's not going to work. So you're going to have to shift and shake all that old paradigm mentality, let it go, and tune into your womb. And I'm going to be teaching you how to communicate with your womb, on a one-on-one. A lot of us don't understand, like, you can talk to your womb. Now, the first time I started teaching that, people were like, talk to my womb. Because I was like, so who do you talk to, when you're praying? A lot of people are like, well, I talk to God. I'm like, but who hears it first? And they're like, oh, well, God. No, you hear it first. You are going to hear what you have to say first and foremost, because it's coming from you. So when you are in tune with yourself and you start connecting to your womb and really talking to your womb, then it's automatically going out into the universe. It's automatically being connected to the Most High. So we have to understand that we are the power. And in order for us to use our power, we're going to have to transform. Simple as that. We got to transform. We have to raise our frequencies to the level of what the Most High created us to be. We've been here in this mundane life where we're thinking that, we can continue to eat the same foods that we was eating 15 years ago, or we can continue thinking the same way. We got to let it go. We got to release this stuff. And we have tools to help us release it. With the vaginal steaming, that helps us, just let it all out instantly. So we're going to have to use the tools. With womb pulsing, we can help speed up the process, push it out. It's all about releasing, dropping all those masks we wear daily, because at the end of the day, all we have is ourselves. All we have is ourselves, and no one is going to take care of you but you. So I urge you to take this opportunity and just show up. You never know what happens just by showing up. Just being in the room. It's gonna be so much energy going on in the room. I mean, you're gonna transform the minute you step in the door. So showing up is already a healing process. So I'm so excited.
I get in like I've been sitting here like double dutch, like, oh, I want to get in so bad. But I want to really put this in perspective, because I know that we have people tuning in who understand some of this language, and we may have some people who are like, they are above my head right now. I'm really trying to understand how this works for me. Listen, what we're used to in our culture is going to our doctors, and there are allopathic doctors who hold a lot of value. I believe in an integrative approach. You got to have a couple folks on your team. I get that. But we're so used to giving our power away. You go to the doctor and the first thing they ask you is, you tell me why you're here. And based on what you say, they begin to practice medicine. So the message here is, it all begins and ends with you. This is the age of awakening. The only way you are going to manifest a shift in your life It's from the inside out. The only
Yes.
truth that matters is your truth. And so the reason why Taliba and I said we're going to bring these healing modalities together is because when you get on that pot, we're going to get to the root of it. You're going to know exactly why you grew fibroids. You're going to know exactly why you're infertile. You're going to know exactly why you're dealing with excessive bleeding and moodiness. And you're going to know exactly what it's about. You're going to know where you need to spend the most of your energy and resources. Did this enter through your emotions? How did this, what emotions connect with this? What experiences in my life connect with this? And then Talib was going to come in and with this pulsing and move it out. It's
Simple.
very few opportunities where you can find in the same space two people to usher you into getting to the root of it and clearing it at the same time, all in one weekend.
There.
So you want to get in the room. It's going to be so potent. It's going to be amazing for you. You're going to have so much clarity. You're going to have so much more confidence. You're going to realize that, wow, I spent all of this time going around what it was really about. Spending so much money. There was nothing more frustrating to me. I'm going to be so transparent right now. I was already frustrated with allopathic medicine. That's our traditional version right now of medicine. Even though I had health insurance paying for it, I still paid for it. I had to pay for my health insurance, right? And nobody could get me to the why. Everybody just told me what they thought I should do about what was present, but nobody could get me to the why. And then I began to explore alternative medicine. And I'm going to be transparent. Even in that space, I began to experience that there were some modalities and some practitioners that couldn't get me to the why either. And I'm paying for all these supplements and herbs and all this stuff. I'm juicing for 60 days. But I still was not getting a breakthrough because it wasn't about the surface level. It was not about the physical symptoms. The physical symptoms are just the alarm that's ringing to say, listen, I'm trying to get your attention. What's been going on in your emotional and spiritual body, I can no longer hold. So maybe if I create diabetes, you'll understand that you are living in a way where life is not sweet. Maybe if I create fibroids, you'll stop hiding what is deep within, because the fibroids get bigger and bigger the more you hide it. Maybe if I create all of these issues, high blood pressure and all skin disease, eczema and all this stuff, I mean, your body is not working against you. It's trying to work with you and get you to pay attention to the message. So yes, we had the audacity to say, my sister, we got to come together and find a way to get these women in the same space and offer our ancestors wisdom and tools in a weekend and move all of this stuff out and just get it dealt with. 2015, I've been saying it in different lectures and when I speak at different places this year, is the year of demonstration. You are not going to be able to get by this year with having it in your head and not having it in your behavior. It's not going to work. It's not going to work this year. This is a year of accountability, and whatsoever you reap, you will sow. So if you are reaping stagnation, if that's your seed, procrastination, you're going to reap a harvest of nothing. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. This is the year of demonstration. The vibration is saying, get into action mode. You cannot twiddle your thumbs this year. You cannot make excuses. And ladies, we have to be honest with ourselves. There are so many times that we know what we need to be doing for ourselves, and we make up a million excuses. And then we get frustrated when we realize that here it is 3 years later, 5 years later, 10 years later, and things haven't shifted. That's because you have not shifted. Don't you know that the universe and everything is responding to you? I had a good friend of mine say to me, we were just rapping and holding space for each other. And she was talking about something she was going through. And she said, sometimes I feel like I'm running out of time. And something boiled up in my spirit and said, no, sis, you're not running out of time. The universe is responding to your non-action. That's all.
Pretty much.
You get into
Pretty much.
action mode and things begin to move. But as long as you are not in action mode, the universe is sitting back like, well, I was about to drop that blessing for you, but since you can't even see it for yourself, since you see it, but you're not doing nothing about what you see, since you only doing the bare minimum and you're not going all the way with it, then the universe responds and gives you what you show up with. That's how powerful you are. And we weren't always taught that, but I just have to say that tonight. This retreat is not just about the healing modalities. That's the catalyst.
Yeah.
That's the vessel that God has gifted me and Taliba to use to reach you, sisters. But let's be clear, this is about your self-identity. You will not achieve healing. You will not get to the next phase of your life if you have no clue who you are and you don't know your power. This is all about you.
Yep.
And that's the only way you're going to shift from the inside out, and it will be so rewarding. So yes, it may sound like a commercial, but I'm calling you to action. Give this gift to yourself. Get in the room.
Oh yeah.
If you have a fear about the money, say to yourself right now, God and lack cannot exist in the same space. Do I want to go? Yes. Is there a provision for me somewhere in the ethers for me to get there? Yes. So I claim it. Go into action. Set the intention. Intention is the majority of the work. If you're on the other part of the country or the world and you're saying, but I don't know how I'm going to travel. Okay, I got something for that too. There are no limitations.
None.
There are no obstacles. Do you want to go? Yes. That's all it takes. There's power in your yes. It's the no's, it's the maybes that got you stuck. Shift it. Sometimes it takes making a radical decision to say, okay, universe, I'm ready. And the universe responds immediately to you. Spirit jumps in, your angels, your ancestors, your spirit guides. They be like, finally, yes. We got a yes. We got the green light. That's all I needed. And you will literally begin to see financial miracles. You'll begin to see miracles in your body. You'll begin to feel different. Depression won't have a hold on you anymore because you'll realize that it never had a hold on you to begin with. You know, and things will begin to change. So I don't want to be preaching and on a soapbox right now, but I get so excited. Taliba got me worked up. It's her fault. And, you know, put it on her. But you want to be in the room. It's going to be beautiful. And one of the things I must say to my amazing sister who called me into this vision of this retreat, I'm excited about what's going to be in the room for me. So, you know, I always say to my clients, y'all think this is for y'all, but this be for me. There's something in the room for even Taliba and I. So we're going to be in the room.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we're going to be in the room too to receive what we need to receive. There's literally going to be a portal wide open for your healing. And you want to get there. It doesn't matter what ailment you're dealing with. I know so many women had questions about, well, is it going to help cancer? Is it going to help this? Take your attention off of just the physical things you're going through. Yes, the answer to that is yes. It's going to help all of that. Let's just be clear. But beyond that, as you prepare for this retreat, really get clear with yourself about your life and whether or not you're living the kind of life you want to be living. And if the answer to that is not yet, get in the room. Be there, because we're going to activate in you what is required for that to become a yes, a hell yes. And so, Taliba, you want to add some things to the conversation, love?
We are tapping into the portal. I mean, be in the room, be a part of going into the portal, because we're coming out on the other side for another dimension. We're in it right now. The time is now. All we have is now time. We don't have nothing else. So you have to gift yourself that gift that you've been wanting to give yourself forever, and be in that room. That gift, I mean, you have to take the time to gift yourself. You know I step out on faith a lot of times. I mean, that's just me, because I believe in the universe. I believe that whatever I put forth out there is going to come back to me tenfold, and whatever I'm seeking for, I am going to see it because it's there. You know, whatever question you have, there's an answer. So you got to leap out on faith and know that what you want, you get. But it's how, you know, how bad you want it, you know, how bad you want to be your true authentic self. The other question is are you ready to step into your power? Because I know when I first stepped into my power, I was afraid of myself. I'm just be clear. I was afraid that I had the ability to look at somebody and tell you everything about that person without even knowing them. I was afraid of that. I'm like, why am I getting this? Is something wrong with me? Am I going crazy? But no, that was just a gift that the Creator gave me, and I accepted it and tapped into it now. So now it's like I'm using it to help other people heal themselves. So we have to step into our power and not be afraid of who we are, because we, in this society, women, I'm just on that note, being a woman, we have been on the bottom of the totem pole because of XYZ. We're not gonna get all into that, but we know that, and you know, just with the whole menstrual cycle thing, that used to be a shh, hush, hush, because nobody needed to know when we was on our moon time, because at some point in time in history, men knew the powers of their blood, and they would literally kill women who were on their moon times because they knew we had power. We can do things with our blood, and they wanted to shut that down. I mean, it's evident all over the world now because this is a male dominant society. But like I say, we ain't gonna get off into the politics, but understand your power. Understand that every human being on the planet came through a womb. Just knowing that alone, it's not gonna come no other way. A human being is not gonna come here other than the gateway, which is our womb, and we have to be responsible. And that's really what, you know, I want to let, you know, women understand, is that we have to be responsible for this portal that we're carrying around, this gate. That's a lot of responsibility, having this power. And truth to be known, that's why we kind of got off track, because women know their power and they start abusing it. They start abusing it, and now, you know, look where we at. So it's time for us to step back into our own power, be responsible for this power, and live it in the balanced way that we supposed to be living it in, to help heal ourselves first and foremost, and then our families, and then the nation, you know. So we have to start with self. So it's so much power that we carry. I mean, I can go on and on all night, but the power that we're carrying is an unseen power, and women need to tap into that. And we're gonna teach you how to do that. But you got to shape, shift, and move stuff out the way first, because we are all powerful beings.
Taliba, so, before we wrap it up, and just shout out Nicole, I see y'all on the Google Plus page, be in the Amen corner. You know, I'm about to pass a virtual offering plate if I could figure out how to do that. I'm sure there's an app for that in 2015. But before we wrap it up, I know some of you may have questions. Please use the chat box. Reach out to us however you can, wherever you're viewing this from. If you're on the Google Plus page and you have some questions that this conversation has sparked between Taliba and I, we will check that. You can also use the Q&A box as well to post some questions if you have some there. Taliba, can you go over any contraindications or any times that womb pulsing may not be appropriate for a system?
Well, yes, if you're expecting, you can't do it because someone is going to be sitting on you. If you're on your moon time, we have an alternative way to do it. We don't literally let no one sit on you. You can use hands with it. Sometimes women have weak knees. If your knees are a little weak, then we can have pillows to kind of guard your knees, because it's physical. It's straight physical. You're going to be moving. But other than that, you know, the two things, you know, being expecting and being on your moon time, like I said, is an alternate position, especially if you have problems with your knees. We have an alternate position for that as well. It's very physical, like I say, but we will be doing some exercises to loosen up and get our bodies ready for that moment.
Mhm. Is this appropriate for younger women, older women? Is there a specific age group you should be in to experience the pulsing?
You really and truthfully, I say starting at 18 years, of age, because at 18, by the time you're 18, then that's when you really want to start, releasing all that energy from your teenage years. So, but really, young girls, they don't really need it because they shouldn't shouldn't be experiencing any trauma or any type of modalities that is really going to prevent them from, you know, having a natural menstrual cycle or not. But if they are, it can be used. It just has to
Okay.
be guided. It has to be guided.
Okay. And the same thing, ladies, if you're on your moon, I have so much respect for your moon's
Yes.
natural cleansing process that I do not service women who are on their moon time. And also, if you have certain physical limitations, the client intake form that's on the registration page captures that so I can adapt. We use a stool that goes from different heights and all of that so that we can accommodate. Because I get some elders. I had an elder come in here on Metro Access, honey. She said, I'm coming to get on this pot. So we're mindful of those types of things. We have actually serviced young girls because, like you were saying, Taliba, in a perfect world, some of these young ladies would not have experienced traumas, but I've serviced as young as 7 because some of them have. So the
Yeah.
vaginal steaming method that we use is safe, and we use a very mild herbal blend for that. So in terms of the retreat, I know some of you have asked about, can I bring my daughter? I think this would be a great thing for her. And I get it. But if she's really, really young, then it could actually end up being that you have to care for her and protect her ashe, her energy. I want you to come and get what you need for you. And so we have kind of limited the experience to our older. Now, if your daughter is an adult, that's different. But come and get what you need for you and take it home. Then take it home to your baby, and fill your cup up. But we've designed it to really nurture you and our adult women. Trying to think what other questions might come. I don't see any in the chat box. I'm going to check the Google Plus page. I don't see any other questions that came in. And so we
I
are right
do.
around 9 o'clock, but is there anything else that y'all want to chat about on this hangout?
I got one quick question, and a brother brought it up to my attention today. He's like, "Is there vaginal steaming? Not me. Is there steaming for prostate?" So, brother was asking that.
So there is an ancient tradition of men having their own version of steaming of their genitals as well for medicinal purposes. The womb sauna does not get into that realm. It just has not dropped in my spirit that that's something that our team needs to do. When it does, that's possible that my ancestors will call me to that. I just haven't gotten that message yet. But there are other companies and other people who do provide that service for the brothers. And so I think we women understand that the brothers' healing work is just as important. And it's been beautiful for me to witness that they're waking up in their own way and doing the work. And they're getting into things such as Tantra and steaming and building their own men's groups and having their own retreats. It's so beautiful to witness and to support. And so I encourage men who are like, well, ladies got it. What about us? Yes, it is out there for you. Search for it. Don't be afraid. I know how men can be, but don't be afraid to holler at your boy and say, hey, are you into that holistic stuff? I've been looking for something. And you'll begin to find connections as well for that. And women, when you begin your healing work, use your sensual power to introduce it to your mate. So like with women who come to me and they share with me that they're in a relationship or marriage where their king needs healing, I say, honey, don't you know you got heaven between those knees? You better go ahead and learn your sensual power and raise him up, raise the standard before he enters heaven's gates so that
Yeah.
he can come in whole and complete. And I teach
Ashe.
women techniques. I teach them how to do clay packs for their lovers, how to synchronize breath and make love with intention. Hallelujah. How to how to really use energy working tools, and how to use a feminine way of encouraging your man to take care of himself. I know that we're in a patriarchal society. I know that many of us have come from alpha women who are used to having control. But we are in the age of awakening. And so being a woman and trying to use masculine, overly masculine methods to reach your man is not going to work. He's going to shut it down. He's going to isolate himself, and he's not going to want to hear it. So you have to learn how to be the woman that you are, access that inner goddess, put some Oshun, some honey on that, and encourage him to be good to himself. The best way to do that, hear me, sisters, I'm going to give you this jewel. The best way to do that is to demonstrate it. See, it's one thing to preach something and not practice what you preach. And he lay with you. He lay with you. So he hears you telling him to eat kale while you eating chips. Okay? Let's be clear. So, the best way to truly encourage our brothers to be good to themselves is to be good to yourself. And they get attracted to that. One or two things happen, sisters. It either causes them to raise their own vibration because they're so moved by your energy going up, or they say, she's out of my league, I got to get out of here. Either way, it serves you well. Either way.
Yes.
All right. Well, I don't see any other questions. So again, I'm going to give that link for those of you. There's a few spots left. Take advantage of the one-day passes. Take advantage of the whole retreat. We still have, I think there's 3 or 4 spots left for the overall retreats for the weekend, the whole weekend. So take advantage of it. Get it in there. Get signed up. It's literally, oh my God, I can't believe it. Where did the time go? It's literally next weekend. It's going down. It's going down. It's going to be so beautiful and powerful. You're going to be so rejuvenated. You're going to go home and be like, oh my God, who is this new woman I am? It's just amazing. And so the link for that is bit.ly/heal your womb. The other bit of information is, like I said at the beginning of this is our last hangout in preparation for the retreat. Many of you have been very active in commenting on the videos. I deeply appreciate that. So does Taliba. It has just blessed our spirits because we never knew how all of this would resonate. We knew it was time to release this information in the way we've done it. But, technology and all, you just don't know fully sometimes how people will resonate with things. So that feedback is wonderful. Feel free to share any of the replays of the Google Hangouts with other sisters that you think can benefit from this information. You just go to the YouTube page, click share. You can send that link out to them. And if you ever would love for Taliba and I to offer our expertise or our services or our products to sisters in your area, contact us, call us, go to our website, email us, and we're more than happy to support you in how we can. But first, you need to come to that retreat so we can wrap our arms around you and service you there. But in addition to that, if you really absolutely can't make it, I don't want you to feel like this is it for you because this is the last hangout. And we might tag team on some stuff too. I see us doing a lot of things together. So there'll be more to come. But get ready for this retreat. Taliba, you want to go over any preparation instructions that they may need to know? Just basic stuff.
Yeah, just definitely prepare to wear loose fitting clothing, and if you can, bring you some small pillows that might help you out, with the knee part. And definitely, if you got a yoga mat, bring that. A little light blanket, you can bring that too, because we're going to be shifting a lot of energy. So you want to be as comfortable as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And we will make sure that at our location, we have enough accommodations for you to stay hydrated. Like I said, the space is absolutely beautiful and luxurious. And so you're literally going to retreat. You're going to be close to the city, but you're going to be far enough away that you'll feel like you're in your own world with these amazing other sisters. And the last I'll add is there's something very powerful about women coming together with this kind of specific intention. You literally are creating something very powerful. Your evolution is powerful in and of itself. But then you have the audacity to combine that with other sisters who have the same intention. There's no way you're going to leave there the same way you came. It's going to be impossible. It's going to be impossible. All right, well, we'll wrap it up. We're right at 9:05. I don't see any other questions. I'll check the Q&A box one more time. Nope, nothing there. So I think we are good to go. I'll take that as everybody is complete. Again, the link for the retreat is bit.ly/heal your womb. Go there. There's a frequently asked questions section as well, where you can get information to read about the womb sauna, vaginal steam, and the womb pulsing as well. So go to that page, sign up, secure your spot. You snooze, you lose. There's power in your yes. So say yes, and I can't wait to see you beautiful people there. And kudos and shout outs to all of you who've been coming on the Hangouts who have secured your registration. Many of you have, and that's beautiful. I can't wait to see many of you face to face. Taliba, any final words for the sisters?
Peace. Let us go in peace, not in pieces.
Yes, I love that. Let us go in peace. Somebody tweet that. That was good. Yes, let us go in peace and not in pieces. Ashe, ashe. Everybody have a wonderful night. It's been such a joy hanging out with you. Peace and blessings, everyone.